Welcome to Angles and Acid, where we learn things maths and science, and today we are going to continue on the topic of integers. If you've missed the previous videos I've made, there's one link over here for you to click on to take you to what the definition of an integer is, and then you can click on this other link to get to my first video on how to add integers together, and you can click on this link over here as well to take you to the video I made about how to subtract integers from each other, and it also covers a little bit of some of the shortcuts or tricks you can use. Today's video is going to be about how we can figure out multiplication with integers, and there's basically a few different types, a few different scenarios, and they each have their way of simplification. So I'm basically extending upon the shortcuts that I introduced in the last video. So in my mind, these are the four scenarios you can get. Positive integer multiplied by a positive integer. Well, these are the same kinds of multiplication you've always been doing since primary school. So 2 times 6, well, the answer is going to be 12. So that's not really an interesting case because that's obvious to you. So it's not really anything new that you need to memorize. Let's move on to another problem. A positive number multiplied by a negative number. Now that's interesting. So here I've got positive 5 multiplied by negative 3. Here I've got a positive and a negative number multiplied together. Negatives always win when you have a multiplication involved. So I've got the answer is going to be negative, and then I just figure out what is 5 times 3, well, 15. So my answer is 15. So that one there is pretty nice and simple. Another one, which is exactly the same problem, just backwards, a negative number times by a positive number. So here I've got a negative times by, technically there's a positive here, but we don't have that sign written in. Negative times a positive number. Well, the answer is going to be negative because negatives always win. So I just got 2 times 8, and that makes me 16. Negative 16 is my answer. And these two are roughly the same type of problem. So you only have to remember basically a positive multiply a negative, negative wins. What about negative against negative? Well, in this case, the negatives will cancel each other out. So negative 4 times negative 3, they're going to cancel out. So my answer is going to be positive. So then I just do 4 times 3. I can almost, just to show working here, I could just sort of cross these out if I want to sort of communicate that I've figured out that these things will cancel each other out. So I just got 4 times 3. That gives me an answer of 12. Okay, that's basically it for multiplication with integers. I'm going to give you, before I finish and leave you, I'm going to give you some challenge questions to work on. And you can write your answer in the comments down below. I'd love it if you can show some working somehow. I know that YouTube is not ideal for showing working out, but I'd be very curious to see if you can find the answer. Here I've got a very simple question and also more of a challenge question. So if you're feeling a little bit adventurous, you can try the challenging question. Thanks guys. In the next video, I will talk to you about how to divide integers.